note, and that was a fight between Curtis Peoples and not James Cann, is it
No,
Patrick Cann?
Patrick Cann. There is a James Cann, though.
He wasn't in this one, though, as I recall.
It's an excellent bout, a match in which you're going to see two good young fighters.
Yeah, two young fighters, Peoples with 8 professional fights and Cann with only 3. Both are undefeated, and here's Michael Buffer. Michael?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the welterweight division. This bout scheduled for 6 rounds. The referee for this contest is Robert Palmer. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with multicolored trim. He weighs an even 152 pounds. From Palmer Park, Maryland, he's undefeated as a professional. 6-0, 2 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Dynamite People. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent, wearing the black trunks with silver letters, weighing an even 154 pounds. He's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, West Philly to be exact. He's also undefeated with a record of 3-0, 2 by knockout victory. Introducing Patrick, the Wrath of Cann.
Gentlemen, good luck to you. You had your pre-fight instructions earlier. Give me a good, clean fight. Do you have any questions? Touch them on up.
So there is a look at Curtis Dynamite Peoples. A little more experience in that corner. And here is a look at the Wrath of, but you can call him the, Cann.
If you're his close friend.
That's right. So we're just about set to go. 6 rounds here. These are welterweights. Patrick Cann in the all-black trunks. Curtis Peoples in the patterned black trunks.
See the knockout percentage and the Cann with the better percentage. Peoples really is very much a boxer. They acknowledge that today when we talk to him. That's what he tries to do. They want to get a knockout if he can, but boxing is his game.
He's won his 8 fights, 5 of them coming by way of decision, including the last 3. So he's not in there, as you mentioned, looking to whack anybody out. Cann, on the other hand, 2 knockouts in his 3 wins, both undefeated.
And it's nice to see 2 young boxers meet undefeated at this stage. They knew that People's people, yeah, that makes sense. Knew that Cann would be coming at him, and they like that. They feel that will make it easier for him as a boxer to counterpunch. We'll see.
Very quiet young man, Peoples.
Nice right hand there by Peoples as he snuck it in.
To work the body and work off the jab. Had a lot of amateur fights, Curtis Peoples.
He had a very nice amateur career, over 150 amateur bouts and 139 wins. Also, Patrick Cann won the Philadelphia Diamond Belt and the Philadelphia Golden Gloves, so he had some good amateur bouts as well.
It's a good matchup early in the career of both these men.
Good hook there by Peoples, and a good counter right by Cann.
And I think that hurt Peoples.
I believe it did.
That one hurt him even more. 6-round fight, a knockdown can be very important.
Well, he found that right hand again, didn't he? And I think you were definitely right about the first one hurting him. That helped the second one put him down.
He has a very quick right hand. Doing the right thing here, too. He doesn't think Peoples is hurt, and I'm not sure that he is, and he's being very patient. Another right hand, down goes Peoples again. Impressive.
Well, we know this is at least a 10-8 round now for Patrick Cann.
And Peoples will do well just to get through it, and does, but barely.
Those right hands were so fast, so quick, such good short counters. Let's hear what they have to say.
This is what you're missing. Look, I need you to work the jab. Listen, what just happened a minute ago, you can't change because it's over with, right? Yeah. Look, how you feel? Listen, I need quick coordination, okay? Listen. I need quick, you're holding your right hand, okay? Shoot the jab, keep your distance, shoot the jab, start pumping the right hand to the body. Don't hold the right hand, you're holding the right hand too long, okay?
Here is the one of the knockdowns.
But I don't see no quick right hand.
You'll see the good short right hand. That's the first one. And the beautiful thing about that was it was so short and compact.
And he came up over the top of it nicely, too.
Yeah, very nice. And that, I believe, is the second knockdown, which was really more of an uppercut than anything else.
Also more of a residual effect from the first one.
True.
So 2 knockdowns in the first round, and Curtis Peoples in a whole heap of trouble here.
Good corner work there, though, Barry. Very good corner work. You know, short, concise points, and telling him, don't worry about what happened. Here's what you can do to not make it happen again.
Peoples almost certainly will show a healthy respect now. As you look at Cann, actually did not have as good a round in the great scheme of things as Peoples, but those 2 knockdowns, the difference.
Yeah, that would be a key difference.
Good body work by Cann, too.
Those were excellent right hands to the body.
Cann also showing a pretty good ability not to be hit as he works his way in. There was a right hand again by Cann that drove Peoples off. Peoples with a left.
I was just about to say, the punch that you can hit Cann with is the left hook. And a couple times when he was countered and went down, Peoples was just a hair away from landing a good left hook.
That one was low. There's a right hand again.
Oh, Peoples getting in his own right. Peoples will get hit by another good right in this round. But that left is low, and he's laying it out there.
Has a tendency to dip the left shoulder. Yes. And when he does, he's there for the right hand.
And leaves his head up when he does it, which is the key problem. Hey, what are you, a boxing analyst or something?
Yeah, the way I said that.
Stuff.
Did you see that? You know, I've seen 2 fights now.
I'm going to be useless pretty soon here. You can just sit here with the computer.
You can change seats. You know.
You can see Peoples can get there with the hook, but he's not throwing it as short as he needs to, and he's just missing with it.
The left hand got there, drove Peoples off of him. And there's a left right rather by Peoples.
It's actually been a very good round for Curtis Peoples. I'm sure the numbers will reflect that. Excellent right hand.
That's about as good a right hand as you can hit a guy with, or at least as Peoples can hit a guy with.
It's just turned into quite a bout, hasn't it? And now it's interesting. Peoples has him hurt, Barry.
Left hand drives Peoples up. The thing is, Cann is just the stronger of the 2.
Yeah, that's the difference now. And maybe his technique is a smidge better, but not that much better. This is what happens, I guess, when you put 2 young, undefeated boxers in the ring together. Let's give Curtis Peoples some credit for getting up from those 2 knockdowns.
Absolutely, and has not appeared to be hurt here in the second round. In fact, he's having a good enough round that ostensibly he can win the round.
Oh, I think he definitely would at this point, unless something really dramatic happens for Cann, who, despite his nickname, bears absolutely no resemblance to Ricardo Montalban. It's amazing.
Or Genghis Khan.
Or either Cann, yeah.
Counter right hand once again drove Peoples off. Good fight so far. End of 2, we're going 6, and we'll be back. During some of the preliminary fights and say, boy, I wish that one was on the air. And this is one of those opportunities for us to bring you a fight that took place earlier. It really was a terrific fight.
It was, and as the fans have seen so far, 2 young men who are evenly matched, both showing pretty good skills.
And now, as they say, through the magic of television, we move ahead. Past round 3, we pick it up in round 4.
You will see an extraordinarily good counter right hand by Cann, and that has been a big weapon for him in this bout.
We start the 4th round. 2 knockdowns in the first. Since that time, dead even fight and a lot of action. In the 3rd round, you can see Cann picked it up a little bit, but still very comparable.
Yeah, and I will assure you the judges scored that round for Cann, even despite the small difference between them, because most of Peoples' punches were landed to the body.
And that's always that great mystery when it comes to judging.
Step back. Step clean. Let's go. Keep it clean there, guys.
I've only seen 1 bout with good right hand in my entire life, one almost solely on body shots, and that was Kenny Norton against Jimmy Young some years ago. Other than that, they don't get counted as much.
Yeah, right.
And that was a situation where you had basically 2 boxers.
Not big, huge punchers. Yeah, that's right.
Slapping a little bit.
Both men almost realizing they've got to take a little break here. They've been going at a tremendous pace. That body work again.
A lot of pity cuts.
Yeah, not too much on those punches.
Well, there's something on that one.
The left slap, but the right hand got there. When Peoples uses combinations, it's very effective.
Let's slap with the left hand.
You can see Curtis Peoples is not a huge puncher. He's landing very good punches and not getting caught out. And there's the slapping that you've alluded to on 3 or 4 occasions.
Curtis Peoples from Palmer Park, Maryland. There's another fighter out of that town.
Yeah, vaguely remember him. Sugar Ray something,
yes,
wasn't it?
I think it was.
The guy that announces here once in a while.
That's right.
You know, the same modus operandi every time for Peoples. He throws combinations to the good right, to the body, and comes with the left hook, and it's open every time.
And Cann is in a situation where he's either taking the round off or he is slow to step.
He is getting hit a lot more, and it's not that he's being hurt, but the bottom line is getting hit more. So you got to give this round so far to Peoples.
Cann not able to get inside of Peoples quite as easily. There was an uppercut that got there.
And you know, Cann's punches are more showy, but Peoples is landing more often. Especially to the body.
Coming to the end of the 4th round, we're going to go into the corner of Patrick Cann. And a round that was owned, I believe, by Peoples that time. Probably as clear-cut a round as we've had since the first.
We need these 2 rounds to get a draw. We need a knockdown and only 2 rounds to win.
Pat, we need a knockdown to win the fight. Now relax, Pat. Go to him. You're letting him lead you, Pat. Lead to him. Lead to him. Step, Pat, and jab. Step,
I got 2. Grab this one.
Relax and explode your punches, Pat.
Give me the mouthpiece.
Don't worry. Relax
Pat,
and
just
explode.
more punches. Not a punches, Pat. All in all, you want to win, man?
Yes,
you got to
sir.
fight.
Here's where we separate the boys from the men.
Yes,
right
sir.
here.
How you feel?
Hurt him, Pat. Hurt him.
Go at him, baby. Fight like a man. Put him together.
Here was Curtis Peoples throwing combinations, and every time he throws combinations to the body, then he'd come up to the head, it was over.
It's interesting that he does slap with the left hand and not so much with the right.
Yeah, that's often true of boxers. One punch will not be as good, the hook or the right.
This is the 5th round, scheduled for 6, and you really have an idea the fight is still there to be had for either man.
Although you didn't get that impression from hearing what they said to Patrick Cann.
No, interesting. I would have thought that had been the conversation in the other corner, to tell you the truth. Through the first 4 rounds, here's how close the fight is. The difference, perhaps the 2 knockdowns in the first round.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, you can see that it's not that Curtis Peoples has completely dominated Cann, and with those 2 knockdowns as kind of an even score, you can tell that it's a very close fight. He was in the Peoples sparred with Rafael Pineda when he was getting ready for that ultimate victory over Mayweather.
Yeah, it feels it helped him a lot.
There is no question they gave Cann the right advice, but he does have to be a little busier and take it to people. I'm not sure Cann wants to be on the inside. Peoples is supposed to be the boxer, but he is a better inside fighter than Cann. I think Cann would do well to stay on the outside if at all possible. So he's laying in with Peoples, and Peoples is getting the better mostly of these exchanges.
I think that's a good point. His best work was done about 3 feet away.
And you can't throw that counter right when they're on the inside against Peoples. But in this, there it is. See, on the outside, Cann can throw that punch.
And again, it backed Peoples off of him, which he's not been able to do since early in the fight.
And from Curtis Peoples' standpoint, about 7 times in this bout when he's been on the inside, he has just flurried to the body and come with the left hook. He hasn't done that in about a round, and it worked every time before when he did it.
Both fighters seem to have lost a little bit of zip.
They're both landing, but it's having not too much impact. This This is a very exciting fight between two young boxers doing their best.
I really think it's going to go down to the last 3 minutes. Good shot there.
Peoples may be a little more tired than Cann.
Looks that way right now, doesn't it? Just great action.
Both men landing solid punches, even with no man going down.
Big uppercut there, and that drives Peoples off, and Peoples trying to grab. He's hurt, and he's got a ways to go here. And that little breath that the referee gave him is going to help him.
Boy, did it ever. You know, if you split fighters that way, you better give a standing 8 or do something to penalize.
Another right hand, and another. He's in trouble still, big trouble, and still 10 seconds to go. And another right hand, trying to hold on. He'll get through the round.
Just barely.
Suck it up. You want to keep fighting? You all right? Take a deep breath. Listen, listen. You got to keep your hands up, man. You got your hands down.
Hands down, Curtis.
Last round, touch him up now. Keep
Come on.
Hands down, Curtis.
Listen. Some water. Listen, man, this is the last round. You understand? Keep your hands up. You understand?
How bad you want it, Curtis?
Put a straight right hand to the body, son. I don't see that. And the hook to the head. Got to keep your hands up. You're dropping your hands. You're creating your own problems, son. Understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we will take a look at the right hand and then the uppercut, which really gave Curtis Peoples a lot of trouble. That was the punch you heard him. Remarkable that he stayed upright. And then later on in the round, yet another right hand by Patrick Cann. Tremendously good advice in the corner of Curtis Peoples. Use that right to the body, then the left hook to the head. That is the answer for him. Look at Curtis. He's trying to get himself fired up for this last round.
He needs to. Keep your hands up was good advice. A little tough to do when somebody's got his hands in your face, however. In the 5th round, clearly in the corner of Cann.
Yeah, he threw a lot of punches and landed at a good clip.
And there's a left hand that drives Peoples off of him.
I don't know that Curtis Peoples has really completely recovered from the last round.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it'll take a lot.
Now, I made that last round a 2-point round for Cann. I never, or very seldom do that without a knockdown, but that round was so clear-cut, and he did everything but knock him down.
In which case, that would give the fight to Cann.
Well, I would think so, yeah. Unless he gets, you know, there's something wild happens here. See, now right there is where the hook should come after that. There it is. Every time it lands. Every single time. I'm telling you, it's like some football team. There it is again. Some football team that can land a short pass all day, just stick with it. And Peoples hasn't done that.
But you still have that idea that Peoples is about 1 punch away from being out of here.
Oh, yeah, very easily because he's been hurt.
Showing a lot of heart there.
Very much so. And some skills, too. As is Cann. Wow, while he was measuring with the jab, there comes the left hook. There's the body work that Peoples hasn't been doing for a while. I don't know if Curtis Peoples can knock Cann out. We'll see. He's landing big punches here, but they're just not having a big impact.
Yeah, and in fact, he has been landing big punches, at least big right hands the whole fight, and they haven't really had an appreciable effect, at least as far as freedom.
If Curtis Peoples had a better left hook, he might have hurt Cann badly. He's landed some supreme left hook. Peoples is probably winning this round.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him this bout. That should have been a double left hook. Easy for me to say, but it is what he needed. I don't know if Patrick Cann is too happy that he has. I'm not saying he gave this round away, but he was not as active as he might have been in this round. Even though he might very well have this fight wrapped up.
I was going to say, though, it's not out of the question, at least in my mind, that he could need this round.
No, they were telling him that in his corner before the 5th round. So.
Very unusual. You gave it a 10-8 round, and I agree with you, but you don't see it very often.
And what if they didn't because there was no knockdown? So, still in doubt. This is a close round. And Cann has done a lot in the last 45 seconds of it. And he's got him hurt.
Yeah, he does.
And that will stick in the judge's mind.
And it's over. Great fight. Deserved round of applause
for both men. They were superb. Good effort by two young boxers who are still learning their craft, but who showed a lot of skills here tonight. And Patrick Cann, you look at him, even with the less professional experience, boxed extremely well.
So it is in the hands of the judges now, and first round might be the difference in the fight.
Could very easily be. Now you see Cann came back, and now there's a man that's 8 punches ahead, so it's negligible, but he had 2 knockdowns in his bout, and the one round where the other guy was really badly hurt, the additional round, so might be the difference.
So we will see.
A little disappointment there in the face of Curtis Peoples, and it isn't that he performed so badly, but just a tough man in front of him.
All right, let's find out. Here's Michael Buffer with the decision. Michael?
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Al DeVito and Gene Williams both have it 57-54. Eugene Grant scores at 57-55 for the winner by unanimous decision from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Patrick the Wrath of Cann.
So Patrick Cann is the winner by unanimous decision and won it decisively so on the cards of 2 judges. Outstanding fight in the welterweight division.